The transformation of the soul can only take place when we submit to God, when we are obedient to His will, when we attempt to imitate the obedience of Christ, even to death. And this is a battle we face continuously, the whole of our lives. We're called as Christians to never stop struggling against our pride, our ego, against the passions rooted in us that feed the cravings of our disobedience. There are many ways in which the world will try to lead us away from communion with God. The world will offer us all kinds of pleasures and distractions. And the world will even try to convince us that we can find peace, joy in our hearts without God. But once we've recognized how false these claims are, and these offers truly are, how empty all of these offers are, if we want to enter more deeply into a relationship with God, we must then look further at how our attitudes and our behavior prevent us from entering this communion, prevent us from knowing God more deeply. For most of us, the issue is not how sinful we are. We can all look back on our lives and see so much sin. But in itself, it isn't this sin that is preventing us from entering more deeply into a relationship with God. It is whether we are willing to move beyond a superficial faith, move beyond the surface of what it is God calls us to and what God is offering us. We were warned long ago that a time would come when good would be considered evil and evil would be considered good. Well, let us be clear. We have reached that time. We are living in that age of which we are warned. That age where the world, the culture, the society around us calls that which is evil good and that which is good evil. We are there. We are those people. We are that generation living in that time. And however much this fallen society normalizes sin, those who are corrupted by these sins are separated from God if they remain unrepentant. It doesn't matter that society calls these things good. If we fall into these sins and remain unrepentant, we separate ourselves from God and we put our soul on the path to hell. In the 18th chapter of the Gospel according to St. Matthew, Jesus gives us the teaching that he who would humble himself as this little child will be the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. When we humble ourselves on earth, we are raised before God. And throughout the writings of the Church Fathers, we read again and again that humility is absolutely essential, absolutely vital for our salvation. We must take this teaching absolutely seriously. Of course, Christ came to both teach and to demonstrate to us exactly what true humility looks like. When we look at the way Christ lived, his whole demeanor, everything about him is filled with humility. In fact, Elder Ephraim of Mount Athos and Arizona says to us that if Christ were not humble, he would not be God. Humility is part of the very nature of God. If Christ were not humble, he would not be God. Christ, of course, came to us not as an earthly ruler, not of high status, but he came in humility. He set aside even his divine glory, a glory beyond any of our imagination. He did this for one reason, one purpose: to overcome evil, to overcome death out of love for us. the mercy we fail to show each other. Let us truly become aware of it. Let us weep now in